it was the very next day after we partied so well for Vicky's friend's wedding. And this morning, it was a Sunday morning, we went to church. And after church for the Thanksgiving, we went to this home where they actually prepared reception for us and fam. They outdid themselves. See them roasting a full pig. Hey, I was like, we are not prepared for what we are about to have here. Like a full pig. This is my first time ever I'm seeing them roasting. I'm going somewhere and they're roasting a full pig, and it was so tender, fam. The meat was so tender. I'm like, hey God. They also preferred a buffet table for us where we could have different varieties of food. When the Bible says they prepare for me a table where I will eat, my enemies to see me. This is the table the Bible was talking about. So they have some Burkina Faso traditional meals, like you can see here. They have these soups eaten with fufu. I personally am not a fufu and soup fan. Even in Cameroon, I just don't like fufu and soup. So I took what I would normally take anywhere I go to. Rice is the staple meal I take anywhere I go to. And I looked at this plate, I was like, this is a lot. The fact that they gave us big plates made it a whole lot. I ate half of that salad was so good. And then after that, they brought yogurt and millet. Now this is similar to what we had in Abuja, which they called lulu and fura. So but theirs in Abuja is like the raw authentic one, non-processed, directly from the cow. But this one, it has actually been fermented, and then the millet is like store-bought millet, like you can see here. But the one in Abuja felt like it was just the grounded one, like the raw millet. They just ground it and then they add into the milk. But this one feels like it's store-bought, something like that. But it was good. I ate this one as well, and it tasted amazing. After that meal, oh God, we were so filled. If we had the opportunity, we would have spent so much time in Burkina Faso because the enjoyment was given. But we're rushing to leave because we had to catch up with the other places we had to go to. So we had to travel this night to go to Togo. I don't know who we're thinking we are, that we'll just be making our plans in our heads and everything will go according to that plan. But you guys are going to see how that turned out for us. We went back to the guest house where we were, and then we found this traditional marriage happening. So a bride was being sent to her husband's house, and that's like a tradition that they do, that the women gather, they sing and do all of that stuff, sending her into her husband's house. I was like, okay, this is really interesting. At this point, we had left the rest of the family members. We're in a car going to the park to go and find a car that could take us to Togo. I was just like, oh my God, I'll miss Burkina Faso. Like, you know, when you don't plan to enjoy a place, like it was supposed to be a very quick one, rush in, rush out. But Burkina Faso ended up to be more interesting than we anticipated, right? I mentioned in my last video that we kind of anticipated that since as it's a military regime, it's stiff, like the environment is tense, like there's no chopping life, like everywhere is just so tense, military everywhere. You cannot smile, you cannot joke. Couple with the fact that it's not easy to create content in Burkina Faso because they do not want you just randomly moving on the streets and record it. So we just knew that we're just going to dash in, dash out. But this place turned out to be more fun than we expected. See, if you are thinking of it, you should definitely visit Burkina Faso. So this was the first agency we went to, but unfortunately they did not have buses going to Togo. So we had to go and search for another agency. So this was the second agency we came to, and they do have cars going to Togo. Like you can see, they go to Cote d'Ivoire, like those flags you see there, they go to all those countries. So the moment we got there, they just put our bags into the car. Then Vicky paid our ticket. It felt like they were waiting for us to come because the moment we sat down on our chairs, the bus took off. We left immediately after that. Hi, my loves. So we just got to this place 4 hours after we took off from Wakadugu, and this is the bus. This is the bus that brought us here, and apparently they are not crossing, they are not going over this night, so we have to sleep here and continue the journey tomorrow. And I'm so pissed because it's like to 11, like 10 minutes to 11. We arrived here about 20 minutes to 10 p.m. So we have the whole night to be here. I'm just like, this is so much time. They said they only leave again in the morning at 6 a.m. But this is so much time to just be sitting down, wasting, doing nothing. Like sitting here from 10 till 6. It's a lot of time wasted. When would I be moving? I'll show you guys. This Vicky here sleeping like a log of wood, like a dead human being. It's a long night, so she has made herself comfortable. I don't know, I'm the one who is still looking at places. It feels like I'm not ready to settle down to sleep here. My mind is not settled to sleep here. I don't know if we'll be able to make it. We still have to move from here to the border, and then from the border to Lome is like 10 hours. So you guys imagine, the talking is a lot. I'll probably continue talking when I have strength. Today is Sunday, and we have just Monday to be in Togo, and Tuesday we're flying back to Cameroon. So imagine noise. This is the setting of where we had to spend the night. This park area kind of setting. I was not just feeling it in my spirit to sleep here. I was looking at Vicky sleeping. She even covered herself. The flies to not disturb her. I was like, hey God, who gives me this kind of sleep now? I was just so worried in my spirit I could not sleep. They came and gave us mats when it was like proper sleep time that everybody was going to bed. You can see Vicky sleeping on her mat. Everybody was sleeping on a mat. They gave me a mat as well, but I did not even bother to even open the mat because I knew I wasn't going to sleep. So I just told the person, thank you very much. I kept the mat by me, and I stayed up all through this night just singing and worshiping, like praying to my God. The next day, very early in the morning, we did not follow this agency. We left with another bus. Hi, my loves. So we just got to Togo. We are still at the border, Senkanse. I'm trying to get a SIM card. We need a SIM card to get online to find our way, to be able to find our way. These people, their SIM cards are expensive here. They're telling me for a SIM card, 2,000 francs for a SIM card with data for 200. The original shop, like the big dealer of the company, I went there, that is 1,000 francs, but it's finished, so I could not have it. I have to come back in the evening, but I don't have that much time. Come and take the water. You have 100. Everything at the border went okay. Let me go and attend to Vicky. The border process from Burkina Faso to Togo was quite a smooth one. The moment we got there, we presented our visas. They checked on their system to make sure that it was authentic, and then after they stamped our passports and told us when we get to Lome we should go to the immigration service there and stamp something else again on our passport, and we left. We went to a car park where we took a car that took us to the northern part of Togo, to this place called Kara. So Vicky had planned some activities to do in this northern part, so she was just like, let's stop here first before going to Lome, then coming back up here. Like, no, let's just use this opportunity. So she got these bikes. They took us to the park again, another park, because we had to travel to Lome this night. So that's Vicky paying her ticket. So we came to this park to pay for our Lome ticket for this night, and then we decided to just make use of the time we had before we traveled. So we went around just seeing what the state of Kara had for us. Our first stop was the market, so we took a bike to take us there. And from the moment we got there, Vicky and I started talking to ourselves that, oh, we've come late, the market is closed. The moment we got there, we did not hear any voice. Like, it was so quiet. So we're just telling ourselves like, we have wasted our transport fare to come here. It's closed, fam. Only for us to walk into the market, and we're seeing that it is actually open, it is functioning, and there are people selling, fam. This is the most quiet market I've ever seen in my life. Gosh, like, people were literally murmuring, like you're talking and you're scared that your voice should not be loud. It was so quiet. Vicky and I looked at ourselves and we're like, hey, that's what I do for you. Is it a crime to actually talk or shout in the market? Like, marketplaces are usually noisy. No noise. Buy a cream, buy a juice. Not let the opportunity elude you.
Yeah, we met a guy in Zanzibar. I said Zanzibar, got that in Gambia. A Nigerian guy selling.
When we're in secondary school and the class was noisy, you get the teacher always scream and say, no noise in this class, this is not a marketplace. So we had a notion that marketplaces are usually very rowdy, anybody can say anything and nobody is going to take it to heart. You can shout at the top of your voice. Everybody's trying to basically sell their market. So any form of marketing you want to do, if it's loud music you want to play, if it's your voice you want to move with speaker around shouting, you're free to do because it's a marketplace. And that's how our markets in Cameroon are, right? The moment you get to a market, you know it's a market because the noise, everybody is shouting. Even people preaching the gospel with their speakers and microphones in the market. So it's usually a very, very noisy environment and congested environment as well. But far, that's not the case in this market. Vicky bought these earrings for us. She said it was going to suit the outfit we intended to wear in Lome. After we got these earrings, we started finding our way out of this market. You know, when you go to some places and you just feel like you're a misfit here, we're coming from trauma, we're coming from where we're used to markets being noisy. So coming to this quiet market, it felt like we're not in the right place. Like we have not experienced market. That's it written there, Grand Marché de Cara Fab. So we got outside the market, then Vicky went and talked to this bike man to take us to the place. Vicky had a particular place she wanted us to visit in this northern part, and this bike guy is like, that place is so far, it's like hours and hours away. By the time we get there, our estimated time of arrival will be when our bus is leaving for Lome. This is a West African thing. I noticed that their bikes, all everybody is compelled to wear helmet if you're riding a bike, and they follow their traffic lights. Oi, they respect their traffic lights a whole lot. So we decided to just scrap the idea of going to that place where Vicky wanted us to visit, and we just told this bike guy to take us to his favorite restaurant around town where we could try out authentic Senegalese food, and that was what he did here. I feel like West Africa has a lot of similarities. Like you always find something that is similar across all the countries, be it English or French speaking. So we got to this restaurant. We had no idea of the names of their dishes, so we just told the people serving that give us the same thing the bike rider had, because we told him to also eat bills on us. So this was what he had, and this was what they gave us: fufu and a soup. So this is me trying it, my first time reaction. I mean, Vicky had already said that there was this guy that she had watched this video, and he said that Togolese food is the best food he ate during his West African trip. So we're looking forward to actually trying out food in Togo. And fam, this food, it ate, like it gave what it was supposed to give. It was so tasty. It had a lot of pepper in it. Me, I've said here that I can eat anything in this world provided that it has hot pepper. Like I'm an Oroko babe, so I eat a lot of pepper, and this meal had a lot of pepper, so I enjoyed it. Maybe if you don't eat pepper, you'll not enjoy it, but I did. As you can see, we cleared everything. It was a good meal. It was a good one. After that, we just left the place. So this is the restaurant we came to. It's like a small buka spot in Kara where you could just go there and eat, sit down. So this is the entrance of the place, and then from there we just told the guy to still drive us around Kara. Let's see what he has to offer. Fam, this place is beautiful. Oh. Like I don't know why most often than not when we think of any northern side in any country, you always feel like it's underdeveloped and all of that. There is this underdevelopment that comes with northern areas, but fam, this place was giving. See this man's suit. We had nobody to actually explain to us what who the person in the suit was. We saw this building that looked like, we're like, is this their parliament or what? And we're like, let's come in. And the fact that we came to a government place and it was open to the public, we're like, wow, is this how you guys have so much laissez-faire here? Like there was no security to restrict you, like don't come here, don't enter, because you're just like in Cameroon. You will not just be entering in and out like it's your father's house. Then we continued our tour. Let me give you all some fun facts, family members. Togo was the first country Vicky and I started planning to visit. The moment we said we wanted to visit Nigeria, we later on added Togo. So we had an extensive list of the places we wanted to visit in Togo. Like everything was well planned in Togo. We were supposed to spend like 2 weeks in Togo. See, there was a whole lot of things we planned in Togo. Then the other countries just came up subsequently in the course of planning this West African trip, right? But funny thing is, Togo is the country that we had the least time to visit and tour. A country we had planned so much, we had the least time to do anything there. We came, we visited the university, and we're just like, ah, God, you see this life like this, you plan and God does what? Other plans come up. So after we're done touring the town, we came to this supermarket to get some snacks that we are going to eat in the car as we're traveling from Kara to Lome, because it was going to be a long, long trip. We're supposed to reach Lome in the morning. So we're like, ah, let's have something we can be snacking on in the car. So we came to the supermarket to get some stuff. Then our journey now started proper. Thank you so much if you watched till this point. I'll definitely see you on Finally. You don't want to miss the next video. This Togo that we planned so much, you don't want to miss to see what we actually got up to in Lome. I'll see you on our next one. Bye.